Back me up. Camelot.
Camelot.
Camelot. I don't know the rest of the song.
I'm glad it's just me and Donnie doing these intros.
I know.
Jump on it. Jump on it.
It's me.
Jump on it.
We're done with that.
Jump on it.
No, we're off it.
We jumped off it.
Yeah.
Kimasabi.
Kimasabi.
Jump on it.
We jumped
Jump
off
on
it.
it.
What are you looking for?
Love in all the wrong places.
I could sing that song.
The answer is 42.
Looking for love in all
Wrong places.
I don't know what
That's how I
that's
know. That's how I know.
Born
You
in the
actually have
USA, I was.
You don't have an actual.
Born in the USA, I was.
Born in East LA.
On a warm summer's eve. On a train bound for nowhere.
Okay, so this is how it's got to go down. We're going to have Brian.
Yes.
You're going to have us. Well, how should we do this? First things first is, I'll do the intro or whatever, and then we'll tell everyone what we're doing here. First of all, what the podcast is, and then that was a special episode, blah, blah, blah. And then I talk for about an hour and a half.
Uh-huh.
You guys-
That's how our episodes normally go, if
You
I
guys
recall.
only agree with me.
Uh-huh.
If you disagree with me, you say nothing.
My cat's
Okay.
breath smells like kitty litter.
Do we do the hallelujah and
No.
Dang.
If it's right, if it feels right. Do it if it feels right.
Don't
No,
think too hard.
so we had
testify?
So we had talked about doing just in 2 sentences who your character is. So think about in 2 sentences who your character is, because we're going to go around and do that.
It's very quick and everything like that.
Yeah, and then Mr. Pickle's going to set the stage for sort of where we met. And the idea with this recap isn't an actual what happened in our episodes. It's a, hey, if you're brand new to the podcast, what do you need to know coming into episode 50 or 67, whichever one we're in? What do you need to know coming into episode 67 so that you would know what's happening now and what the important stuff is? So we're thinking Warforge, we're thinking Orbs, and Blads. Anything interesting that comes up after that.
Billy.
That's what I mean.
Yeah,
It's like-
I have my 2 pages here.
and so you're gonna drive if you want.
And should I just go over this really quickly? Here's what I
let's
have
do that.
so far.
Quit playing with the zip tie.
Quit playing with your dinghy.
So everybody gets together in a bar, and the first adventure you have is you go to find a lost puppy. You successfully find the lost puppy. You also found some berserk robots. Union is just like, I want to go find the source of these berserk robots because I'm a robot too.
Yep.
So you go looking for Merrick's. So you head to Weyburn. You break into his factory, fight Merrick's in his Iron Man suit, and then the factory blows up for completely unrelated reasons. Before the factory blows up, Thoradin finds an orb that fell out of Merrick's suit, and it gave him crazy visions. He saw Weyburn, an icy mountain, a dense jungle, and a wasteland fortress. They head to Blackfall to seek the assistance of the scholars in the School of Magic there. They help a wizard named Darren Ganther, who teleports them to Suruk, the location of the icy mountain, so that they can find whatever the visions are telling them to find. They find the icy mountain that Thoradin saw. Arishti also finds his nemesis Bashanu. Don't worry about Arishi; he's not important.
Not anymore. Dead. He got
Theron,
scored.
the Elven Ranger, helps them defeat an ice dragon who was in possession of another orb. Thoradin picks it up, and I forget what happened with that one.
Thornton picked it up, beat the dragon to a pulp.
Well, yep, he went into a fugue and just kind of went nuts.
Captain Nutso.
They teleport back to Blackfall, where Darren Ganther has been doing some research. He found that found the location of another orb. It's in the jungles of Valen. So the party goes to hop on a boat with the smuggler Captain Hayridden.
Don't you ever forget.
Who the smuggler was?
After a short visit to
What
Hamster.
we're-
After a short visit to Hamster Island, where the party gets their pet dire hamster Hammy, and they meet the man-child wizard Lord Timothy, they finally reach the island of Valen. The party accidentally gets sent back to the Feywild, where they talk to Magister Nellin in the Eladrin city of Moonset. He explains that the orbs are part of a seal that keeps an aberrant creature known as the Adversary from breaking back into our world. He gives the party the third orb, sends an intern with them to help teach them about the orbs and the seal, and sends them back to the Prime Plane. The party then begins to head to the island of Blads to find the final orb. Hayridden drops the party in the city of Arnair because the Sea of Steel is too dangerous for his boat to go on, so the party needs to find another way. They. No, we're not recording. I'm just going
He's
over
going over the recap
what I
right
have
now.
so far, so that we know.
Well, fine. Give me the fucking brown folder on the arm of the couch.
Yeah,
I
he's
wasn't
just
listening to
saying
anything.
so that we know
We're
that
not-
this
Eine
is
Puppen folder got passing guided across the
Brian, I
table.
was paying attention.
Thank you. Thank you, Ian. You get a gold star.
Do I get a stormy cloud?
Yes.
Frowny face.
Ian, you can cash in your gold star for an action point. Actually, no. So, yeah, Captain Hayridin drops the party off in Arnair. They have tearful goodbyes as the party figures out a new way to get to Blad's, either through the air in a fancy flying dragon wagon or through the Underdark. And that's where we left off, with the party not making a decision. And is there anything else we should cover in there? I realized I kind of skipped over Ushi's Kalasar. I don't know if that's important.
That's totally not important.
It
Okay.
wasn't important enough for me to write earlier on, so it's fine.
Are we talking? Are we going to talk about the dragon wagons or the dragon wagons that are dragon wagons, or the
Them wagons, them
The
dragons.
dragons that are dragon wagons.
yes,
Well, imagine. I mean, we're gonna
Dragon wagons.
yes,
We're-
dragons, dragon wagons.
That's like the legless Lego Legolas, right?
Yes,
Yeah, the dragons are really dragging these dragon wagons.
That's
real.
the joke.
I want to make sure that this sounds okay. I'm gonna stop recording and play back.
Just imagine we're just gonna as you go through these things, we're gonna talk.
We should
about each-
record what I had just said and then do commentary over that for the recap.
Yeah.
subscribe and donate, and you can
Alright.
have our actual.
And that's where we left off, with the party not making a decision. And is there anything else we should cover in
Yeah.
there? I realized I kind of skipped over Ushi's Kalasar. I don't know if that's important.
That's totally not important.
It
Okay.
wasn't important enough for me to write earlier on, so it's fine.
That sounded fine to me.
Yeah.
That's pretty
I'm
good.
not drunk,
Especially
I
with the
just
part of
can't
Ushi
talk.
dying.
We
I'm sorry. I was mean.
Ushi dies.
I don't know if I got the job yet.
I could hear myself clearly.
So can there's a little symbol on the mic that looks like
It's
a
pointed
heart.
right
Butt
here.
cheeks.
Good. That's what you want. You want
Yeah.
them butt cheeks right there.
Yeah, we're
actually a
each caressing
cardioid
the
response.
butt cheek response field.
You got
Butt
it.
cheeks.
And actually, they were going to call it the butt cheeks response, but they went with the cardioid response. heart. Can you believe that?
Yeah.
Worst thing ever. Anyway, intro music. Anyone?
I had an idea
Comanche.
on the way over here, but I don't remember
Jump
what it was.
on it.
Who forgot to bring their guitar?
Ding, ding,
Should we just start with the old one?
Kick
it good? I'm going to blow my brains out by the end of this intro. This is impossible for me.
Kimasabe, jump
Ushi
on it.
Gundam style.
Jump on it. Jump on it.
Here's the problem, and I'm going to be very blunt here. Most people aren't listening to themselves on microphones, and so it's there's a bit of novelty in it. I get it.
I don't.
So everyone leave. Give me your paper. I'm just kidding. No, it's gonna be good. It's gonna be awesome.
Go old school.
We're the only people that can do 7 people in a studio.
Yep.
This is the only podcast that's dumb enough to do this.
really is.
For science. If anything, for science.
Yes.
All right, I'm still doing stuff, right?
Yeah.
We're waiting for you to do
Aren't you
intro.
gonna-
I figure you're going to do the whole thing, and we're just going to,
I mean,
be here listening to you.
you've mic
Just
checked.
like a
You've mic
Just like
checked
how the
everyone.
intros usually are.
yeah.
Mic checked everything, and then you're just gonna kill everyone else. And then
Oh,
you're just
perfect. Dead. Hello. This is Thoradin.
gonna- Welcome to Thornton Hour.
Thornauer.
Thordine. My name's Thordine.
My name's Thordan. Drinking turpentine.
Well, Thornton needs the ad revenue to pay his child support.
And the selves.
Does
Any
somebody else
particular-
have a blue sham? Blue sham wow?
I have a yellow ShamWow.
I have a ball sack.
You need a.
Is your ball
ShamWow?
sack absorbent?
I hear Matt went to Ball State.
Oh, this is
That's
old
when we
school.
do it.
That's
Okay.
old school.
All right,
That's original. That's back to the
Yep.
first few episodes.
That's where our stuttery voiceovers came in.
What you should do is actually
Last
mash
time
together
on
all the
20-sided
different
death.
intros you've ever done.
I remember the one time I did that, and it was bizarre.
A little treat for you guys.
Okay, we'll be nice, I promise.
We'll be good, Mr. Thornton, I promise.
Who is the master of everything right now? You have to check levels though.
You see, it should have been the rule of rest.
Option, option, option.
Any of you get that?
Okay. You guys ready to do this?
Are we live on the
Nope.
chat video?
Slightly
We've been
ready.
live.
It's gonna be uncomfortable. Hi, people.
Oh, God.
Oh, there actually somebody could actually have been listening to this.
There's exactly 0 viewers.
Oh, good.
Oh, okay.
So
some-
how does someone view
So
this?
it's our podcast as normal.
It's on Twitter feed right now. It's on
under
Twitter. Yeah.
We tweeted.
Do you want to do here? I can do like more than that.
I don't understand how that
Well, I didn't know, like, well, what is it being
Facebook it.
streamed via?
Ustream?
YouTube, baby. Just go to the YouTube. Yeah.
YouTube.
I can post it on our website quick, I guess, but nobody checks that. Nobody's
No,
that fast.
Yeah, don't worry about that.
Just tell people to go to Twitter. Twitter.com/
Or just go to YouTube and look.
Yeah, we should be live.
Oh, good.
Is our Twitter account called Twitter Sided Death?
Twitter sided death. Actually, that's our YouTube account, which is bizarre. Our Twitter address is YouTube.
No, our Twitter address is 20-sided YouTube.
We don't
No,
understand
seriously, I'm
technology.
going to tell Loretta to go to it.
No, really, like, yeah, I kind of want
Thornton signed up for all
Yeah,
of our
you're
accounts
gonna-
when he was drunk, and 20 sided death was taken.
Where do they go?
That's what we get.
What is the YouTube?
Oh, QXPY, capital W, capital Z,
QX?
49. I'm just kidding. You go to twitter.com/20sided death, and it's the last thing I posted.
Okay, 20
YouTube, 20-sided death.
20 sided death. 2 D's in there because there's a D in sided and death.
There's a
First thing I found out.
double dose of awesome in our podcast.
Twitter.com/20sided death.
I think so. Enter.
That's it.
Goat. Yeah.
Upgrade with 2 Ds for a double dose of his.
So it's just we're 20-sided death on YouTube right now.
Yeah. Hey, there's 2 viewers. Who's viewing my viewership?
Let's see if my wife actually tunes in.
Oh man,
It'd be hilarious.
Okay.
this is
See me
depressing.
in
By the
all-
way,
see me
that
on
is
the
a
bar.
corral of beer right over there.
Oh, yeah. Well, I have my backup beer because
long
we
little doggies.
forever.
Hey, I only have a primary beer.
Well, do you want one really quick? Damn it.
I do.
Yes.
I want a secondary. I want a
Wait,
backup.
hold on.
Backup.
It doesn't work if you don't clap.
Okay, got it.
Unstable boy.
Unstable
Put
boy.
backup beer.
Farm boy,
One cable boy.
fetch me that jug.
Uncable boy.
Where's mine?
Farm boy,
Put
fetch me that tail.
cable.
dispatcher told
me Cable boy. cable
is broken.
When did you plug in the amplifier? You know I like my analog signal.
You know I like my analog signal pure.
One log charge, people.
Why
I
did you
like,
just send Billy the intern?
Yeah.
Billy's full digital.
One large sausage pizza for delivery.
All right.
Kicked my dog.
Who wants to be famous?
Everybody wants
What
to
are you
be
talking
I thought we
named
were
after
already
We're all
famous.
famous.
Adam, I
I'm
already am.
very famous.
We're
Adam.
internet famous.
I'm super famous.
Excuse me, I will remind you, I have a business card that
Thanks,
said
Tommy.
internet famous on
Yep,
it.
yeah.
You
That's
actually
delicious.
probably are the most favorite character. Actually, we had a listener that told us who their favorite characters were.
Seriously.
The Dungeon Master.
I'm trying to think of the least favorite character because that was the
Probably me.
best.
That would be Tizat.
It might have been Noonian. It's so sad.
Least
No one
favorite
likes
character.
Darren.
Where did that come
Miles
from? Where's
Teller.
mine?
Mine.
I'm giving you it.
It's
What is
going to a
this?
cup.
It's going into the cup. God.
Want backup beer in the red cup so you know it's emergency.
You shouldn't
a
mix
sip.
Mountain Dew and beer.
I already mixed it in my stomach.
Ooh. Sexy.
Burp.
That's
Look,
going to
I
be
don't-
sensual.
Yeah, we're doing this. Okay.
So,
Shut up.
Blim, 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 blim.
John, it's times like these where I want to kick you off the podcast.
In the closet.
a rampant unprofessional.
Are we ready? Or
Yeah, we're waiting for you.
you guys keep talking.
No, I keep doing this to be like everybody.
We were
shut
not
up.
talking for the last 30 seconds. You should go back and listen.
Are we stopping? All right, we're stopping now. We're gonna start. Okay. Silence.
Are we stopping or starting?
What do I do?
Just get it out.
So what do I do again?
Just get it all out. Just go.
What do I need to do?
Tell me when you're done. Tell me when you're done.
Jump on it.
I need a minute here. Because John is thicker than Ron Jeremy's dick right now. Means
Good.
Mic 4. That fixes a lot of things. I'll bring you guys up when we're ready. Ready? You ready to behave, young men? I don't even know what volume you're at, so you're probably too low now. Okay, we're good? We're good.
Yeah, we're good.
It's 20-sided special episode number 67. Nice. In the studio here. Way too many people. This is ridiculous.
Extra special episodes.
We literally have everybody in the podcast in the studio right now, mic'd up.
First time.
Unfortunately, mic'd up.
Ridiculous.
So we're going to go around the table here. We've got Ushinawa Tatsu, and what we're going to do is we're going to go around the table, and this is a recap episode. So you're going to say in 2 sentences who your character is and a little backstory. So we'll start with Ushinawa Tatsu.
Hey, I'm Ushi.
Don't sound so happy, God.
Hi, I'm Ushi. I'm a closet pacifist who is looking for the love of his life while trying to maintain his virginal integrity and trying to keep his pals alive by taking all the blows.
Oh, I like that.
Okay.
That was good. That was good. Not bad.
I'm Tazat, a drow barbarian, former gladiator, who is fighting just to stay free and eventually to save the love of his life, who hates his guts.
Theron's not here, dude. Actually, I'm Theron, and Theron is this kooky elf who's high all the time, and he has a cougar with him, and it's probably only existing because he smokes up all the time.
He's a hybrid or multi-class?
He is I believe it's a hybrid ranger and Shaman. Yep, that's correct. So he can heal a little bit, and he does pretty decent damage as a striker. I don't really have a whole backstory for
That is way more than 2 sentences.
Well,
that's what Theron does.
On it.
Short paragraph.
And then over here we have our DM, Mr. Pickle.
Yeah, I'm all the characters.
What
that
is your
aren't you guys.
backstory? We want to hear your backstory.
This one time I knew these 6 guys and I wanted to kill them, so I didn't want to go to jail, so I had them all make fictional characters for me to kill.
There we go.
Brilliant. Love it. Noonian.
Yes. Well, I'm Noonian, a Warforge invoker. Basically, I was raised by a bunch of monks. Was told about different kinds of forges being created. Thank you, Ushi, for basically making me laugh right now and halfway through my thing, and just basically going out and trying to destroy all the forges in order to rid all slavery of Warforge.
I got you.
I hate you, Ushi. I really do.
Invoker, robot. And then now we have the voice of the party.
Yes.
My name is Miles Tone, and I am a bard. Human bard. I tend to be the leader of the group. I am currently on the run from a devilish creature who I sold my soul to for rock and roll prowess. And, yeah.
I thought you were going to say points.
I believe the word that you're looking for is prowess.
Did I say that?
No, you added an N in there like some kind of idiot.
That's smart.
Meh. You know.
Those are new words. Who do you think writes the dictionary? really smart people.
That
Yeah.
Webster guy.
Do you know why The
Conclusion.
Simpsons have added a ton of words? Because they just add letters in.
That sounds cromulent.
Thank you, Mr. Pickle.
your
for proving my
explanation embiggens all of us.
And I am.
Your turn.
First of all, there's a and I'm Thoradin. I am a dwarf, a drunk dwarf battle mind who was once a slave and is now out for blood and the occasional illegitimate child.
I was going to say, don't forget the child support payments.
Yep.
And the intern issues.
My gold stash is kind of being dwindled. Every time we get some, I got to send a little back home. By the way, would like to say, terrible idea having 7 people in the studio, but we're doing it
Yep.
because
Had to
we're
be a
that
drunk
awesome.
It took us a couple hours to get ready.
That's
but
just smart, okay? It's so crazy. It's smart. Now, what we're going to do here is we're going to catch you guys up to speed on where we are at right now. And Mr. Pickle has been very kind enough to write down all of his past thoughts and doings on a handy sheet of paper. And so we don't know how this is going to go on, but he wrote down all the important stuff.
yeah, I got 66 episodes onto a page and a half.
And then by important stuff, I mean nothing that involves Ushi.
Nothing that involves Arishi.
Arishti.
Aristes, yeah.
Well, no, Arishi is on here.
Arishti made it.
Should I have
Oh, Aristi made it and Ushi didn't?
Should I have
I'm
been
just
in?
Well, to be fair, Miles didn't make it either.
I don't.
Tears. He put himself in. Okay, so without further ado, this
Don't
is
worry, I'll get it in
No,
the
no,
list.
that's why you're here. You can just jump in whenever Miles needs to be here.
Pretty much.
So,
take it away.
all right, the story, the whole adventure started when, in typical D&D fashion, the party all met each other at a bar and decided they needed an adventure in their lives. So they go rescue a lost puppy. And they also, in the process of finding a lost puppy, found some berserk robots. Since Noonian was a
Yes.
robot,
Oh yes.
he's looking, trying to figure out what's going on with his whole world.
Yeah. Basically, this was just a way for me to find out where that forge was.
Yeah.
I've never seen these before, so it was a
Mhm.
perfect segue to where we have to
And
go
you were
next.
looking for a guy named Merrick's,
Yes.
who was making Warforged, and you've
Heard of him before.
you heard of
so-
him before. You wanted to stop him.
Exactly. It was
That was your quest that you were on.
it basically it was a
And
perfect
all
quest
of
line.
these new people you met are just tools for you to find Merrick's.
Yes, they are tools, but I didn't tell him that.
Yeah.
No.
So you found some clues for the berserk robots. You found that Merrick's was in a town named called Weyburn. So you headed there. On the way, Thoradin fathered a love child.
Yeah.
Once you get to
Yeah,
town,
how was that?
The love child?
Yeah.
I have no idea. But
Did we ever get a sex on that one? And a name even?
you know what? Thornton never thought to ask.
I don't think enough
How about
time
that?
has
That was
passed.
true Thoradin fashion.
Well,
I don't think the baby's been born yet.
dwarf women. and
Oh,
men
that's
look
right.
very
The
much
baby
alike.
isn't. We're just setting up.
Yeah.
Wait. So he's paying.
We don't know that Thornton fathered a child just yet.
The DNA testing.
If it comes out looking a little orcish, she'll be in the clear.
Well, but
Was there some rolling during that session that I didn't know about?
well, no.
Well, that's why I have the screen. I can
So-
do all the rolling behind it.
Oh my
So you're
gosh.
paying child support payments for a child that isn't born yet?
Yeah.
Well, you gotta-
he's got to support her and all the
Yeah.
payments that have to do with having
Doctor.
Look, I had a
Yeah.
very upsetting childhood.
Prenatal care in fantasy world is not cheap.
Oh, okay.
About 2 gold.
So we go to Weyburn.
So you go to Weyburn. You find the factory where Merrick's is building all of these Warforged. And you find Merrick's. You fight him. He's in a big Iron Man suit. You fight him. After you defeat him, an orb falls out of his Iron Man suit. Thoradin picks it up. It gives him crazy visions. He sees Weyburn. He sees an icy mountaintop. He sees a dense jungle and a wasteland fortress. They leave the factory. It blows up for completely unrelated reasons.
Yes. No. Yep. Just
This is actually our very first time that we flat out accidentally murdered somebody.
yeah.
It would not be our last.
I think I
Yeah.
stole some lunches from the lunchroom before that
Yeah,
happened.
you stole their lunches, but then you blew them up, so they didn't.
Yeah. Wait. To add
They never,
insult to
missed,
injury.
they never missed the lunch.
Yeah.
Insult to injury.
Not only did we blow them
No.
up, they were hungry.
Wait,
No, yeah, they were 5 minutes away from their lunch break when you blew up the whole place.
Isn't that the way it works, though?
Yeah.
Really?
But we saved a lot of people though too.
You
The
did.
sacrifice
Well,
of the
we certainly saved a lot of
few
robots.
was for the
Allegedly.
People.
Well, they were
I like
using
your air
slaves
quotations.
to impart souls into the robots, so they were killing people to make these things.
And don't forget that one of the slaves was Thoradin's mother.
Yeah.
And we are still on the fence as whether robots are people.
So what's in what?
That's one of the
You're right.
greatest
Absolutely right.
philosophical problems of our time. So it's true.
Yeah, it's true. The important thing is that the beat on Merrick's, there was something bigger going on after we grabbed this orb. After Thoradin grabbed the orb, because he got these visions of similar areas where there was robots being manufactured in a either similar fashion or they're just being manufactured, and that's what the orb apparently.
That's what Thoradin thought the orb was telling us.
Yes. Yep. That's right.
It all flashed to him in an 80s style video.
So
It's just like montage, basically.
So Thoradin, everybody's trying to figure out what's with these orbs. So they head to the town of Blackfall, where there's a school of magic. They try to go get the help of the wizards there to figure out what is the deal with these things. They help a wizard named Darren Ganthur, and as a favor, he teleports them to the island of Surulk, which is where the best guess of the icy mountaintop is, because it's Greenland basically, mountains and ice and what have you.
Beautiful scenery.
Yes.
Beautiful ladies.
Yes.
Mostly walrus women, actually.
Yes.
The kind Tazat loves. Yes.
Love me some blubber.
So they find they go on a quest. They find the mountain that Thoradin saw in his dreams. Arishti, who we didn't talk about, he's not important, but he does find a nemesis of his, Bashanu, another shard mine.
Yes.
Arishti was a shard mine.
Yeah,
by
he's
the
a
way.
shard mine. Terrible puns. That's all you need to.
Yeah.
Yeah, rock
they
puns
find
all over the place.
Arishti found his nemesis Bashanu and dies in order to destroy him.
So what was so special about Bashanu then?
He was another shard mine. He was trying to get the orb that was located there.
There was something in the orb, and he knew about it.
Yeah.
You knew about it, and then you killed him before he had a chance to explain anything. So
Okay, so we didn't gather that.
He never did a villain monologue for us.
no.
Unfortunately, that's the worst kind of villain.
Thanks,
Yeah.
thanks, Arishti, for just
For some background, I
Destroying
mean,
him.
I think I told you guys, he had almost destroyed me previously before I escaped to meet you guys.
So you should have just almost destroyed him.
Yeah. Instead, I sacrificed myself because I was not powerful enough to defeat him.
Yeah. But anyways, after Arishti and Bashanu destroy each other, an ice dragon awakens, and the ranger Theron shows up in the nick of time to help the party
Hey guys.
with his ghost cat Scratch.
Hey guys, I was just out there. I was just walking away, and I heard a roar. What's up?
What kind of voice was that?
That's the voice he should be using. Anyway,
Anyways,
Eastern European voice?
just upset.
anyways, they defeat the ice dragon, and who was in possession of another orb. I think the ice dragon had removed his own eye and placed the orb in the eye socket because he was just
Gnarly.
batshit.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, what better way to actually hold on to it and keep it? Like, you have to kill me.
And
to
I
get
was
it.
and I was pretty proud of that one.
First dragon we fought too.
Yes,
Yeah.
that was our first dragon.
First
I forgot
dragon.
about that.
Yeah.
And didn't we have to figure out what we thought it was? Ice? No.
It was ice.
Yeah.
It was an ice dragon.
He was some kind of crazy ass ice dragon.
So Thoradin picks up the orb from the dragon, and he just kind of goes into a fugue state and just
That was a
beats the
dragon.
hell out of the corpse for a couple minutes until he regains his senses. So everyone is a little wary of Thoradin.
Thoradin actually went.
They don't want him. They don't want him to get too drunk. They don't want him to get too sober. That's why he's since then has just been in this state of
buzzed limbo.
of constant mild intoxication.
Yeah.
Mild.
Not
Thoradin has
fairly significant intoxication.
Mild for dwarf.
Mild intoxication by dwarven standards.
Yes.
Completely.
no.
shit-faced by
It was actually drunk by dwarven standards, which is why it's clearly an issue.
Yeah,
Okay. So
Yeah.
drunk by
drunk by dwarven standards.
coma by everyone else.
Yes, a heroic level of alcohol.
Yeah, thank you very much. I am drinking 10 levels above me.
Yes. Thoradin had to get a magical cask that constantly refills itself just so he can maintain the necessary level of drunkenness.
Paragon.
Did we find that there? Because I remember that. That was amazing.
You found that earlier. You found that the same day you fathered a baby.
Frees up my child support.
So
got
That was found in the cellar that was inhabited by the trickster gnome
Yeah.
goblin thing.
Oh,
From the Lost episode.
The episode that never that happened but
that
never happened.
was.
Yeah.
That never was. That never was. That never
Yes.
was.
Yes. Anyways, after they defeat the Ice Dragon, the party teleports back to Blackfall, where Darren Ganther has been doing some research.
What?
He realizes that the next orb, the jungles that you saw, was the jungles on the island of Valen. So the party then hops
There was a robot that showed up in
Yeah.
there. I just want to point out that that's the first time the robots came after us.
Yes.
Oh, that's right. This was like because we got back, went to Ganthor, and actually
There was an encounter that happened
Encounter
there,
with
but
the
it was a
robot.
robot, and there was a special kind of robot that
Yeah,
had,
there were
like,
more robots. There were some more badass ones
They
that we
were-
hadn't seen
yeah.
before.
They were definitely of Blad's,
Yes.
and they looked, as I recall, very similar to Noonian.
well,
Yes.
right. This is what tied us all back into actually next thing of where we're going to is Vlad's. In the end, this is what actually kind of. Thank you.
Was that there? Because I don't remember this. I'm
Yeah,
serious.
no, John, this is when we went back and we teleported back into the wizard's tower and everything was under attack.
Yeah.
And we like jumped
Oh.
through right into a combat and we had to
I
run
think you sent
around
the donkey
immediately.
first.
It's very possible that
Absolutely.
the donkey and the cart went first because we were afraid things would explode.
Man, that donkey still lived though. Good
Yeah.
on him. Good on him, right?
This is the Gatling
him.
wand.
Yeah, the Gatling wand
Unfortunately,
robot.
the donkey was kind of left behind, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah, whatever happened.
We
to
found-
that?
He got replaced by Billy.
He's,
At least we didn't burn him down in a building.
we found
was cool.
we found something else to ride.
On the note that our DM was getting to, actually, we found a wonderful creature he's about to explain.
I'm getting to that.
We're not there yet.
So you need to get to the jungles of Valen.
There you
Oh yeah,
go.
yep. It was so we.
Yep.
You start.
You were 2 sentences ahead of me.
Bitch, bitch, bitch.
So the party hops on a boat, captained by the smuggler Captain Hayredden. After a short visit to Hamster Island,
Yes.
where we find our friendly
Hamster.
pet dire hamster Hammy, as well as our friendly, in the end, man-child wizard Lord Timothy.
Mm-hmm.
You then head to the jungles of Valen. You get
Also, I think this is the first and only boss fight we talked our way out of.
yeah,
Yeah, actually, that's
Oh,
right.
yeah.
'cause
and you
we
made
had
a
it-
friend.
yes.
Yeah, we
Yeah,
made a friend.
We turned it around.
We told him we come back
the
with
bard-
cool
The
stuff.
bard led the way.
And now we do have
Yeah.
That's the only time.
Milestone did his thing, and I believe Tazat jumped in there with some thoughts.
we
that
did
he
also
has
end up
sometimes.
with the commercial exploitation rights of the gumdrop trees.
Yes.
Right.
correct.
And I think that
That was a very special place for us.
I think
Yes.
he once
We still have
promised
those
if
seeds,
we
don't
came back, he would do something for us, and I forget what it was.
I hope it was a sexy dance.
No, it was make us something super cool.
It was.
Huh.
I don't remember
Flying
exactly
machine?
what it
All
was.
good for us. for
I
remembering.
think he was going to build a roller coaster, and you guys were going to get free tickets.
If you are an Uber
makes
fan
sense.
and you know
I don't
what this
think that's what
really
it was.
Mr. Pickle
let
says
us
it's a
know.
roller coaster.
I am
It's a roller
going to go
coaster.
back in former episodes and figure this
No,
out.
you're
Dean.
not.
You're right, I'm not.
So we leave Hamster Island.
So you leave Hamster Island, you get to the continent of Valen, you head deep into the jungles, where you find a ruined city and a fountain, where you pick up a coin, and you are all teleported to the Feywild.
Was that dubstep?
Thank you.
Womp, 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 womp.
Okay, so you get to the Eladrin city of Moonset in the Feywild. You talk to Magister Nellin, who explains that the orbs that you've been collecting are part of a seal that keeps an aberrant creature known as the Adversary from breaking back into our world. Okay, he gives you guys the third orb, sends an intern named Billy with you guys to explain the orbs further and teach you about how to redo the seal.
And to teach us about love.
And Billy's getting taught something.
Billy's getting college credit out of this.
Billy's a special person.
Yes.
Billy's very special.
He's special in our
boy.
hearts. Also, it would be pointed out that Gordon cannot tell the difference between male or female of any elven kind, except Drow. For some reason, he gets those.
Well, he's only ever met the one.
That gets us out of.
He assumes that all Drow are dudes.
Yeah, there you go.
He assumes
That's
that all
accurate.
Drow are named Tazat,
And
and that they
hideous.
all are Axe brothers.
He actually thinks that's their race name. That.
yeah.
What's a drow?
I only know of
Slang for
Tazat.
Tazat.
No, but actually, this is where we find out all about the orbs.
Yeah, you got
I mean,
you got a pretty good info dump.
Yeah, we got a big info dump on there. Just about everything about the orbs.
You
and
finally
everything.
realize what your quest is.
Right. Yeah. Before this, we were just actually following Thornton's dreams. Just like, that kind of sounds like this. That kind of sounds like that.
Yeah, we describe it to somebody occasionally, and they would point us in the right direction.
Yeah.
Yeah, we basically lurched from disaster to disaster.
Right.
Made disaster.
Yeah. Well, I had a hand in all of them.
All the while knowing that Blad's was where we needed to go.
Yes.
He was in our.
You always knew that Noonian had a beef with the Lord of Blads.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it seemed like a noble quest only because the minute we start helping him out, trouble shows up.
Yeah.
And this kind of also ties both of them together. The orbs and Blads and.
This is a great
everything. Yeah.
Yeah, this is great because this is about the time where we finally realize and understand from Darren Ganther's study what exactly is going on with the orbs and this something called the Living Gate.
Yep.
Can you talk about that, Brian?
Well, the Living Gate, it was basically a gateway to another plane. It's the Far Realm, where all of these crazy aberrant creatures that just want to destroy everything live. Long ago, the ancient Eladrin used way too much magic. They were a very high magic society, and then the magic that they kept using slowly wore down the barrier between their world and the Far Realm. So eventually, this being called the Adversary was started to break through. So they had to somehow use all these. They created these orbs to basically create a badass seal to keep the Adversary out. And over time, that seal began to wear down, and now you guys are basically collecting all the orbs to rebuild that seal.
To stop the Adversary from ever coming back in.
Yes.
Until a couple millennia pass and some other Eladrin decide to use magic to brush their teeth.
I believe the last cataclysm happened 20,000 years previously, so we should be fine.
All right, we got a while.
Once you guys solve this, as far as you're concerned, it's solved.
I would like to bring up a very important question that we've never actually discussed here, and that's how do we know that this character, the Adversary, is actually bad?
We don't know if he's good or bad.
Well,
That's true.
You always ask that. They're always bad.
Noonian, that is a completely correct question.
The histories, the legends of the ancient Eladrin tell that the Adversary nearly destroyed the world when he was sealed.
Maybe the world needed to be destroyed.
Nearly cracked the globe in half.
Maybe
and
the
caused
world was a
massive
prick.
devastation.
Well, that way it's shared for two people. You crack it in half.
That's smart.
Yeah.
Breaking of bread, breaking of worlds.
Well, if you really think about it, though, can you have good if you don't have evil? So really, he's performing a service.
So that's why we keep him locked up. Not
Regardless.
All told, he probably is a horrible being.
I mean, for all we know, this could be like hell, and we're just keeping this fellow locked in
Does
hell.
he have tentacles?
Yes.
Does he
He's
have?
probably mostly tentacle.
Does he have a beak?
Might.
Several.
Does he have
Several thousand.
more than 2 eyes?
Several thousand.
Billions of eyes.
Yeah,
He is just a big mass of tentacles, beaks, and eyes.
And a squirrel tail.
It's the devil.
One day soon, he'll come through the portal and open all of his 7 mouths and sing the song that ends the world.
Sounds like opus.
That's true. And actually, what happens is we open the portal and Sai steps out and does a horse dance for an hour and a half.
Right. We introduce the world to.
And that is our last episode.
And
That will be the greatest episode of 20-Sided Death ever produced.
We did have some more recap to get through, if I recall. This is all very important information, though. We know that there is the adversaries trying to break through, and that it was because of these Eladrin who are using magic just way too much, just carelessly, really.
Yes, and that's how. And that was part of that. That was I can't remember if that was why their kingdom got stuck in the Feywild, but it probably is.
Yeah, that was part of the whole thing.
Yeah.
Oh, right on.
If I remember, that was part of what we were told. It was
Yeah.
something like they went there to try to escape the coming cataclysm.
The devastation of the adversaries.
They're just kind of like, well, this world's kind of screwed, so let's get out of here.
They were those people who hopped in their bomb shelters 3 days early.
Yeah, smart.
Yes. So you guys are sent back to your plane. after you get the third orb.
Mhm.
When Thoradin gets this orb, he sees visions of those
Sugar
close to him,
plums and
Dying.
the
Dying.
fairies.
Yeah.
various ways. Over several days, the visions change, so you get the sense that they're not, guaranteed. They're just possibilities.
Mhm.
But after you're done with Valen, you know that you were told that the next one you had to go get is in Blad's, and you're gonna go try to defeat Noonion's next mortal enemy.
Yep.
Get the orb there. The problem is that your smuggler friend Captain Hayridin is not willing to take you to Blad's because the
He's
Sea of
kind of done
Steel.
with us.
The Sea of Steel is way too dangerous. You guys are going to need to find another way.
Apparently, between the two or three sea creatures, the pirates, and having his ship stolen for tribute,
Yeah.
apparently he doesn't want to drive with us anymore.
Don't forget the hamster attack.
Oh, and
Yes.
the hamster attack. He just really doesn't want to hang out with us
You realize you
anymore.
guys are probably more trouble than you're paying him for,
Yeah,
Does-
considering
I-
you're not paying him.
But does he not remember how easily we took
Considering
care
that.
of some of the creatures that attacked him? I
The
mean,
Kraken.
We
Yeah.
again, I think we've been over this. We got him into that mess.
That's true.
But
we
we
did.
can't use
but
that.
we quickly got him out of that mess.
Exactly. I know. He's
I
like,
don't think you.
I was
understand
doing
that
great
point.
back
Yeah.
when you totally destroyed my
And-
chances of living in that one city. Where was that city? He can't be there anymore.
Yep.
The one we sailed off. It was.
Oh, that's right. We just kind of absconded and drove off.
Was that Silver Shore? We went back to Silver Shore.
Yeah, it was.
Yeah, he's not allowed back on Silver Shore. I mean, he was been there his whole life, and we just said, "Hey, by the way, we're taking your boat. You should come with us because, they'll probably throw you in jail indefinitely if you don't."
Not to mention, we almost got his boat impounded when
Yeah.
we found that land. That
He does.
She,
I
you
think
know.
you're right. I think he thinks about it in like a lighthearted manner. Like, not only is this, it's a crazy time. It was a good time, but you guys are taking it a step further.
Yeah. He just wants to go from town to town with his legitimate cargo,
Mhm.
Air quotes.
making some money.
So what you're saying is that he's like a 7, and on that whole amp scale, we're an 11.
Yeah.
That's right.
Yeah.
Yes.
By the way, we did skip over the Ushi part where I was trying to say that we almost got the boat impounded.
I think we actually did
That,
cover
that,
that.
that wasn't my fault. I
we
tried.
We did cover that.
I tried to tell someone.
Oh.
I did.
No, you did. You did. I mean, we didn't get the boat impounded. The boat was impounded
Yeah. no,
for
it
a
was.
good 2 days.
Yeah. While some dragonborn tribesmen that Ushi knew from
Yeah,
his
no.
olden days.
Did some bare knuckle boxing.
He did some bare knuckle boxing, fought for honor.
The only time I can hit if you make me fight for
Yes.
honor.
He now is the leader of a Khalasar of dragonborn
I
warriors.
love this. I love that. I've been waiting for that.
Yeah.
Something for me.
Just
Something.
just people that do stuff for you. That's
Mhm.
neat.
Yeah.
Slaves.
Got some blood riders that are going to go take care of whatever he needs to take
Did
care
you
of.
say I have butt riders?
Blood riders.
Blood riders.
They can be butt riders if you want them to
So are you going to find some dragon eggs and just completely steal from the storyline, or what's your?
I am
end game?
dragonborn. Just
Indeed.
saying.
That's what I'm getting at. Are you just gonna find yourself some dragon eggs and just?
be. I don't
Go
think
from
he's
there?
sexy enough for that.
Definitely not.
Too sexy for dragon eggs. Fact. So we leave this amazing
Yes.
new tribe that Ushi
Yes.
is a part of.
Hayridin's brings
Chicked it
you as far as the city of Arnair,
Arnair.
which is a fantastic city where they have these things that fly through the sky.
Oh,
These wagons pulled by dragons.
Dragon wagons
Dragon wagons.
They're dragons, dragon wagons.
Indeed.
of wagons.
Fiddling
Dragon.
flagons and dragon wagons. Am I right?
Yep.
So you defeated a dragon to get a dragon wagon.
You get a dragon wagon.
Finland flagons and dragon wagons.
wagons. The dragon wagon.
So you could take that to Blad.
Why the extra, New?
I don't know.
So you guys have a choice. You could, at this point, take a dragon wagon to Blad's, or you could sneak in to Blad's through the Underdark because you know that there is a way there.
That's right.
Wait, wasn't there a third option too?
I thought there was by
yeah,
land.
the third option was to go home and forget any of this ever happened.
That's true.
I thought that was the fourth one. We have by land, by sea, because we can go by sea still if we
Underground.
want to
If
grab.
you found another boat.
But
Yeah.
yeah, then by underground, by land, by sea,
Air.
just
By air.
and then by air.
Yeah, we were just waiting for my riders to catch up
Yeah.
with us, right?
Yep.
Yeah,
Yep.
the-
Yep.
The riders of Rohan.
Yes.
No.
The sea seemed to be the worst idea, though.
Yeah.
Are you sure
The
they're
Sea
not?
of Steel is reportedly patrolled by boats crewed by Blad's Warforged monsters robots.
They don't
Wait,
feel
it's-
anything.
I just had a crazy
This
good idea. So how
Seems
about
like
we do
we'll
this
get a lot
one?
of experience.
How about we do this one?
Split the party.
Let's take a dragon with the dragon wagon, and then instead of the wagon, we'll put a boat on the end of it. And then we have the dragon fly us through the sea, so it's like a rocket-propelled dragon boat.
Or we can put the boat on the dragon and then have it drag it through the Underdark.
Are there seas in the Underdark?
Yes.
I think there's one important point we're missing is that once we got to Arnair, we're trying to do some genetic engineering with
Oh,
our
yeah.
dire hamsters
Oh,
and
that's
some
right.
Underhulk.
I love how this is
Material.
An important
You want
part
an
of our story.
underhand.
Yeah, but
I just love it.
we pushed by a lot of
Underhamster.
things, but we have to bring back the fact that we're going to basically
Create a monstrous umber hamster capable of burrowing through stone as
It's not
if it
monstrous.
were flesh.
It's special.
We are trying.
He's not monstrous. He's friendly.
We are
cute
trying
and
to
cuddly.
crossbreed.
That's right.
He
Hammy
is our
barely
friend.
ever ate any of us.
He is our
Dire hamster
Just that one time.
crossbreed hybrids are going to be the newest
until we tamed him.
sailing.
Between the
Southport.
gumdrop trees and umber hamsters, we're going to corner the market on silliness.
Yes, that's
First, it's umber hamsters. Then it's owl sharks.
Then it's Al Sharpton. Then back to umber hamsters.
Then
Unishorphins.
It's like three
Unishorphins.
short steps from us cloning the Unishorphins back into existence.
yeah, we'll see what happens. I do have spoiler alert. I'm thinking a couple months ahead. I do have the best place for Unishorphin to show up.
Excellent.
All right, that's always good to hear.
Spoiler.
Excellent.
Are they flying Unishorphins?
There's only one type of Unishorphin.
Good man.
Yes. Yes, they can fly
Where
through
have
the
you
air
been?
and swim in the seas. And probably go on land too. I think they have wings and feet and fins.
That is the magical part about Unishorphins. They go everywhere.
They'll do anything, anytime.
Anywhere.
magical creatures.
So we do have something more important to do in Arnair while we wait for the Blood Riders to show up.
Yeah, that's genetically engineered an umber hamster.
Well,
And figure out. So I tried to get you guys to do this last time. Try to figure out. Are you going to go?
No, what up with these dragon drakes?
We already defeated the
Yeah.
the
Yeah, we
king
don't
I'm
care
sorry.
of all that stuff.
this is our
And you got a joyride
Third.
on a
This is our second dragon, am I right?
third.
Third dragon? Who was the second one?
Wasn't there a dragon that we didn't know? We tried everything. We were thinking, oh, it's green, so it's. I thought there was a dragon that. I thought there was a second dragon.
I think you're on pills.
That could be.
That might be a different campaign.
That might have
you're
been a
in.
different campaign.
Yeah.
Okay.
There was the ice dragon, and then there was the
was
whichever
green.
dragon. It was a green one.
Yeah, it was green dragon.
Yeah. Then there was the one you just fought last time.
Okay, so this was our second dragon.
I love
Third,
fighting
that was-
dragons.
Yeah, that was 3.
Can we just fight dragons every time?
Can
Sad.
we fight a dragon that's dragging a dragon wagon?
Yes.
Oh my gosh. The biggest wagon a dragon be dragon.
How big is the biggest dragon wagon that a dragon could
Wagon.
drag? Well, it's still being a wagon. Like, wouldn't it upgrade to a different mode of transportation beyond being a
If
wagon?
the dragon was drunk and swerving from side to side,
How much?
Did
the
he get
dragon wagon that the dragon is dragging would be wagon.
Dragon wagon.
Right, the dragon wagon the dragon is dragging after he drank a flagon would be dragon.
That's that's
well
100%
done,
accurate.
sir. Well done.
All right. Well, and there you are.
But- No, but yeah, I think that's about it. Right now, we're at the point of which way we're
Decision
going to go. Decision time, and we're waiting for the Blood Riders to come in.
Yep.
I mean, that's basically what, and that's about it. And that's all we're at right
Yeah.
now.
Yeah, and they're like 2
You are
days
all
behind
caught
us.
up. I believe we got you there in no time at all.
Compared
here
to
you are,
67
Relatively
episodes.
short.
Relatively short. You'd imagine that there's more stuff going on in 66 episodes.
A
You'd be-
host of
but
dick
that's
jokes.
not
You'd be right
Yeah.
because there's a lot of fun. So if you want to, you can go back and listen to that. But we're going to point all of our new listeners, maybe people who want a refresher, to this episode to get you right into the podcast with no confusion.
And
Just
moving forward,
straight, clear mind.
we'll have all new dick jokes for the listeners.
Yes.
Brown
Try.
chicken, brown cow.
Probably some old ones will come back. as
Yeah,
well.
I mean, it'll be brand new dick jokes, but I think the fart jokes are going to be recycled.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're going to have to do that.
Whole new
Yes,
level of
farts.
misogyny too.
That's
Mis- misogyny.
We're gonna earn that 5 stars.
So here you are listening to 20-Sided Death.
20-sided death.
20-sided
It's a 4th edition D&D podcast, homebrewed by Mr. Pickle, and Tizat in the background. He throws a ball of ideas over the fence. He says, "Use this." He said,
The
"Just
old
kidding."
man
just kidding."
Pickle picks him up and says, "Come on over, boy."
It's more like I throw a spreadsheet over the fence.
Yeah.
Yes.
I've calculated the topography of the next 3,000 feet. Okay,
Here's
what am I
a
supposed to do with
spreadsheet
this?
with every city in an empire.
What
and
am I
its
supposed to
population.
do with this spreadsheet?
There is a ridiculous amount of map information associated with this, by the way.
I need to get. Well, I have a girlfriend.
There's not
I
enough.
should probably just spend more time paying attention to her.
To be fair,
That
there's
would
not
help.
enough map information because I haven't mapped out the third continent that we're on.
Oh,
Yeah.
Saying
Fully.
We've
when you got
just
down-
traveled to the continent of Melisand, which is primarily inhabited by Dragonborn and humans.
All I'm saying is when you get down to the weather patterns because
excuse
of
me.
the
Excuse me, I'm still
because of
talking about Melisand.
oh my god,
And its weather patterns.
The eastern shore of Melisand is a mosaic of empires of Dragonborn and humans.
And I think there's some gnomes in there.
Yes, and the
gnomes.
the northwest portion of Melisand is covered by the Emperor of Mytanel,
Mytanel?
which is a
Your tail.
grouping of city-states and small kingdoms under the hegemony of one emperor. That's kind of where Tizat is from. Yeah. And then in the southwest portion, there's not a whole lot beyond some deserts, some mountains, some scattered orc tribes, the Sea of Steel, and Blads.
Yes. Lads is just a nasty place.
Yeah, it's full
As
of
you'll find soon.
it's full of bad people doing bad things.
They're not even really people, they're just robots.
Right, and we've covered that robots are not real people.
thanks. You really had to just, grind that in there, didn't you?
Well, look,
That's not the only thing I'm going to grind in there.
It's the first time there's this idea that maybe, maybe Noonian might be wrong. Maybe Noonian is just off by thinking that he is a person.
Or maybe
It's-
he's just one of a kind, or maybe there's a different ones that were made back then, or there's so many options of
Johnny
things that
number
can
5
happen.
is
It's
alive.
not really all Noonians. That's Noonian,
His-
but those are just robots.
It's not alive. It's just a very good simulation.
Exactly. That's exactly it,
His
right?
programming was very well done.
And I'm here just to prove
Nobody
you
put
wrong.
an extra exclamation point in.
But you followed me this long, so that's just.
That's a really good point. I don't
Yeah,
think
it's
any of us have had anything
you
better
say
to
that,
do.
and it's just like, we're also here to wait. What do we do?
Yeah, don't get us wrong. It's
Yeah.
just-
I don't know. You guys are the ones that are following a robot.
Yeah.
Part of it is, at least for Tizat, from Tizat's perspective, when the bounty hunters sent by Prince Kemal came.
That's right. That's right.
You guys had his back, so now he has to have your backs, and he has to support your backsides with both hands,
Well, here's
and a nice cupping motion.
I do have one question though too, because wouldn't you think that Tizat would kind of feel, like he has to take part in this because he has so much history of being slave and all that stuff. Wouldn't you consider some of the things Merrick was doing, the forcing souls into robots, a form of pure slavery?
Yes and no. I don't think Tizat would really understand the moral implications of that.
You're right. He is kind of dumb.
He is kind of pretty dull.
Well, how is bacon made? Magic?
Yeah, yeah.
kind of magical creature that has bacon and pork
Yeah,
chops.
stuff happens, and
ham.
you get bacon.
Right. I think it has something to do with salt and smoke, but beyond that, it could be fucking magic.
Yeah.
I'm just making sure that we get that explicit language rating. I really.
You're right.
want to
We do
achieve
label
that.
each and every episode with the explicit tag for necessary outbursts like that.
In any case, I feel that yes, Tizat has your backs because you had his in the one time that it mattered.
Theron just has nowhere else to go.
That's sweet.
Will you shave my back?
Here's the thing.
You're a lizard. Lizards do not grow hair, especially on the back.
Hairy tortoises. Hairy tortoises.
I don't see what this has to do with tortoises named Harry.
Well, with that, I do want to thank everybody for joining me here in the studio.
Yes.
Yes.
You're
7
welcome.
people, all with their own microphone around a table. It's been a cluster.
Yes, it's never been done except by us.
Yeah.
I'm going to say that
Sure.
without any sort of documentation.
That sounds perfectly cromulent.
We'll
All right,
fix
thank
all the
you.
problems in
Romulan?
post.
Also, Ushi will never be allowed in the studio again. So everybody just clap for that. 'Cause that's something you should all care about.
Hey, it's not me.
I'm going to hug him very hard after this is done. But I do want to thank everybody for joining me in the studio. I also do want to mention that you can get your own piece of the show. This is very important. I want to get this in, even in a recap episode, by going to 20sideddeath.com. You click on donate, and immediately the nerds are on the case. They get your donation. They immediately contact you and forward the email to our DM, who is not allowed out of his apartment until he generates the most perfect NPC there ever was. So what you're asking yourself is, what is he talking about? Well, you get your own piece of the show by going to 20sideddeath.com, clicking on donate. Donate $1 or more, you get an NPC. We interact with that person based on your wishes, whoever that person is. He could be a donut seller. That's not someone we had. But we did have, I mean, does anyone have an example?
We had a captain of the city guard. We had
We ran into 3 survivors from an attacked city.
yeah.
We have a guy who runs an STD clinic.
Yep.
We had
Sell salve.
we had a
We had a man who was a
Salves
hamster tamer.
yeah, we had a
tamer.
a deckhand who had a cat named Wheezy.
That's
Yes.
true.
It's just amazing. We had a
Fight Club. Fight Club.
Fight Club.
coordinator.
We had a crazy guy in the woods in a shack talking
With
to
a
a
chicken.
chicken.
That's right. We
Yeah,
had
that
this
was
This
that
guy
What I
is
hear
the
you
limit,
saying-
folks.
What I hear you saying is that people have donated.
Many
Yes,
people have
this is
donated.
Many people.
You would not be the first, but you
so
will.
don't feel bad. Feel free to do it.
Yeah, feel free to do it. I also would like to point out that this, all these donations are much appreciated. They go right back into the podcast to fix episodes that happen or events that happen. Like just now, we broke a mic stand during this recording. Okay, these things fall apart. I don't know what to tell you.
It happens. I've been holding
Uh,
my microphone like I'm a lounge singer.
He looks like,
We do not order pizza with this money.
I was going to say Phil Donahue,
No.
but I don't know if anybody knows who that is.
We all buy our own beer out of our own
So-
paychecks.
So here it
How
is.
you feel? man.
So all this money goes directly into the podcast. It buys microphones, equipment. It makes this podcast sound better and better, and you get a piece of the show. So head over to 20sideddeath.com, click on donate, and get your own piece of the show.
Furthermore, there's also certain levels, if I
this is
remember
fun.
correctly.
Okay, yeah, go ahead.
If I remember correctly,
Yeah.
is it? You might have to help me with $1.
Okay, so if you donate to a
Paragon.
Paragon level or higher,
You receive an item from us. It is a 20-sided death die.
That's pretty good.
20-sided die. Sorry, I got that
That's
one
right.
a little mixed up there. 20-sided death, 20-sided die. That is pink and glorious.
It rolls fantastic.
The 20
yeah,
side of
Mr.
it,
Pickle is banned from rolling these.
the 20 side of it is actually our logo. It looks glorious, as I said, and it rolls a lot of D20s.
It is truly the Cadillac of dice.
Yes.
Oh,
You
man,
will-
I like that.
You will hear us throughout podcasts explaining where we can find these beautiful dice.
Where can you find yours?
You can go onto the website and hit the donate button and go for a Paragon donation, and we will send you one.
This is hard with you guys in the studio.
In fact, I think there's another gift we can send as well. Thornton, is that correct?
Yeah. Where is it? What is? Oh, so that's it. We also do have these awesome custom-made markers,
Right.
that we put on the board. These slip right around your miniature, and
Actually, we're not doing those.
Oh, we're not doing those.
No, we're doing those.
I'm sorry.
That's right. We've got death markers.
Death markers.
Yeah.
For your miniature, guys.
So-
Sorry.
sorry, nothing to slip around in your miniature just yet. But there are death markers when they die. There's a nice little square there, so you don't have to mark it all weird. We had weird problems with this. We have a machine that makes amazing things,
Right.
thanks to our robotic hands over here.
Because when people die, it is difficult terrain.
Right. It's basically a death marking difficult terrain marker, not
Yes.
something that you slip over your mini.
No.
Or your penis.
These are.
It's not. I repeat, this is not a cock ring. You will have to go to the hospital if you try to use it as one.
That's not true. I have a small enough memory
Just
that it's
Ushi, stop.
fine.
Ushi, yeah. Just
And then this is the most thorough I've had to explain anything. I get pieces of paper here written with the word character sheets on an exclamation point. This is very cool. This is very cool. Don't get me wrong. If you donate epic level, what?
We don't have any character sheets yet.
We don't
right
have
now.
any character.
We do.
We just leveled up.
We
Oh,
just
okay.
leveled up.
Yeah, we have
If
plenty
you
of
donate
them.
to an epic level, you get not only these D20s, but you get assigned character sheets, all that information. We went into ad nauseum just now, but it's all the information that's on the website. It helps out the show. You get a piece of it, and you make us smile. Honestly, every single one of these donations we get, we're just stoked for. So thank you to everyone who has donated, and to you future folks that might donate in the future. And I don't know.
Yeah.
It's appreciated.
Yes.
How about
Thank
that?
you.
Very.
Thank you guys.
We
Thank you.
appreciate your listenership as well as your donations.
As little as $1, that's practically a McDouble.
Man.
For $1, you can feed one D&D nerd for one day.
None of the money that you give is used for food. Just saying.
Well,
I think that
with that, I think we're gonna wrap up
Yeah,
the
I think
show.
we're done.
Thank you for the first time ever, all you guys for helping me out in the studio today.
You're welcome.
We're
Yeah.
terrible.
You're very welcome.
This was a train wreck from the get-go, and carried
I know
on
when you
through the
say
show.
thanks, what you really mean is I never want to see
We-
any of you again.
This
That's gonna be
was
awkward.
a treat.
We did it, guys. All right. Well, you guys take care, and we'll catch you next week.
Keep listening.
always a pleasure.
More taglines. No,
Come on, me.
Jump on it.
I can't think of. You
Drink
you
a
can't put me on the
flagon,
spot
take
like
a
this.
Dragon wagon.
we already ended it. It's already over. There's a clean half second of you guys. Not talking, so I'm gonna stop it there. Thanks, guys. Though. Appreciate it.
Dragon wagons after a flagon or
Gosh.
wagon.
And thanks for our 4 viewers on the YouTube right there. Look at this.
All right.
Also, I would like to mention that although that Ushi does not have a drink in front of him, he is quite possibly the most drunk person in the city right now. Is that fair? That might be fair.
Not the city.
It's a pretty small town, and we're pretty far out in the country, so
I'm
he has a
gonna
lot of ground to
Oh,
cover.
I
that's
actually
fair.
agree with
We
him. It's
are
not
in
the city.
Kenosha.
Not in the
All right.
Casota.
foot radius.
We've magically transported ourselves to the suburbs of Milwaukee from being south of the
Yes.
Twin Cities. Wonderful, wonderful.
I'm
not giving them our location. I don't want any nuclear bombs sent our way.
It's for the
I've
best.
been tagging all of our pictures with our GPS coordinates.
Hashtag GPS this.
Hashtag don't bomb us, Obama.
Whatever, YOLO.
Don't Obama us.
Whatever, we got swag.
Man.
Be careful now. You're gonna get sued by Drake.
That didn't- Drake? Is
Rapper?
this a rapper guy that I don't even know about?
Yes, sir.
Well, no.
Does he do the hip hop or the
No.
hop hip dibbity bop?
It's terrible.
Well,
It's not.
Yeah.
I don't.
Is he part of Sugar Hill Gang? Is he part of Apache?
Jump on it.
Jump on it.
Oh gosh.
Apache. Jump on it. Jump on it. Jump on it.
Wasabi.
Jump on it.
I should
Jump on it. Jump on it.
Me like this the entire time because I have no problem doing that. I would have turned my chair and put my
Apache.
feet up.
Jump on it. Jump on it. All right. We will finally reach epic level.
New theme. All right, let's do it. On camera for everybody.
Yeah, you should have a full bottle of.
Anybody will listen to watch this. So the Google Hangout is the worst thing to happen to our podcast. I just
Yes.
point that out
Yeah.
there.
If our four listeners are still there, they are so confused.
Congrats, guys. We made it. We did it. We did it.
All right, guys.
All right, we'll be back. We'll be back for an after show.
Yep, after show later on. All right.
Rape Shack.
Oh shit.
we tell who is listening?
Hey, Donnie. Yeah.
I'd have to design one up, but I can do that.
Yeah, I used to be to tell who is.
Well, no, I
Who's
know
watching
one
this?
of them was
Oh, yeah.
because I
I
sent
stayed in a canoe and I could cross the Atlantic.
I don't think we can.
It's Adam. Well
fits.
handled there, my friend. Oh, the entire podcast, the breaking of the equipment.
I'm like